What do you see? The cult of personality. I know your anger. I know your dreams. I've been everything you want to be. Oh, I'm the cult of personality. Like Mussolini and Kennedy. I'm the cult of personality. The cult of personality. The cult of personality. Neon lights, number prize. When a mirror speaks, the reflection lies. You won't have to follow me. Only you can set me free.
I need a woman. I need a fucking woman.
It's time to play the game. Time to play the game.
Hello, everybody. Hello. Look at that stash. He's got a good stash there.
Yeah, look at that good quality video too. I don't have like
yeah, you don't have that Netflix stream. That's what's
I don't have that Netflix shit.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are here. We are live. We are back. That's right. You may have thought, since we didn't really do any reviews yesterday because of reasons, that we wouldn't be here. But, ladies and gentlemen, we are here. We did watch the Mike Tyson fight. I feel like we want to wait on that till Mr. T gets here. He is en route right now. He's like Elvis. He doesn't show up until like halfway through the show, and then he sings
shows
a couple
up when he's
songs,
needed.
gets really sweaty, and has to towel himself down after the first 5 minutes. So yeah. Anyways, we are here. We are live. By the way, Trey, do you want to tell everyone the ordeal you had with your fucking phone before we start? Before I say hello,
guys,
I just want you to tell everyone what the fuck happened to your phone.
I had a fuck of a week because my dumbass, I was rocking out too hard, ended up dropping it in water. So I was phoneless for like a good 3 days, and these guys thought I was dead because I was just quiet for 3 days. And and I just got my new phone yesterday, so I came back and I had to make a new Twitter. I had to make a new Discord. Thankfully, I didn't have to fucking make a new YouTube. Thankfully, but it's been a fucked up week. But it's good to be back. I'm happy I got my shit before Saturday. That's all I care about.
Yeah, that was How did you fucking drop your phone in water because you were walking? Where were you? Where did this happen?
I was walking around and there was a fucking puddle, and really, it was like a really good solo part, and I guess it slipped out of my hand and fell. Like a fucking retard.
What were you listening to? That's what I want to know now.
Pantera.
Was it Easy Lover?
It's Pantera Domination. Specifically, I was at the solo.
Oh, was it the live version though? The one in Moscow?
Yeah, I was listening to it on YouTube.
You know what? I'm fine with that. That is a fucking
I mean, I need a new phone anyway, so there's that part of it. I need a new phone anyway,
so you did it on purpose.
I'll be back to me. No, maybe to say, but I will.
I should be. Fell in a puddle.
Oh no, it fell. I'm gonna
hammer through it.
Yep, so I hammered, took it, and threw it on the ground. But I should be back on videos now. So
he's back. That's right. Screen rant. Hide your kids. Hide your wife's screen rant.
Yeah, hide your kids. Screen rant.
Season 2, baby.
We're on season 2.
Season 2. I mean, you're really more on like season 8.
Yeah, realistically, yeah. If I'm really big, really, yeah. It's
You're really gonna have to go back and re-edit and find a good place to end season 1, have season 2, sell a box set of it.
box
You know?
set. Yes.
She just
Yes.
mail fucking thumbsticks to people. Holy shit!
Yeah.
You got the fucking feds after you.
Yeah, the feds are coming. They're not happy.
They're not happy. Well, he's being attacked by the feds, ladies and gentlemen. I'm gonna mute him while the feds are fucking trying to kill him for a moment. Hello, welcome to the Pin Down Podcast. I feel like I should have said that, I don't know, 5 minutes ago. Man, D-Lo Brown is so down bad. He tried to smoke that jar one time. Holy
Yes.
fuck.
Yes.
D-Lo, no. Can you do the
Yes.
head nod for us? Can you do the D-Lo, the fucking...
I can't do it, dude. Like,
dude,
it's like
you're gonna break your neck.
Yeah, you'd have to like literally break your neck.
Dude, I should say something. So last week's episode, you may have noticed you couldn't watch it on YouTube there for a bit. And I don't know if you can now. What happened was we got taken down because of the El Dandy clip.
Bret Hart got us, bro. That Bret Hart clip.
Talking about El Dandy is what took the video down. It got.
I thought it was the Lance Storm music. I thought it was gonna be that.
Well, why the? No, they don't give a fuck about Lance Storm.
They don't give a fuck.
About, WWE cares more about El Dandy than Lance Storm. Figure that one out.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's not good. But with that, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to say hello to everybody in chat. By the way, we are live right now on YouTube, on Rumble. All right? We're live on
Rumble.
both. If you feel like going over to Rumble for some fucking reason, I don't know why you would, but if you feel like it, you can go over there, I guess. See, we give people options. And really, that's what it's all about. It's about options. You can choose to go to a shithole website like Rumble. Hi, Rumble. Or you can stay on a shithole website like YouTube.
Yeah.
So really, either way, you're stuck in a shithole. With that, speaking of shitholes, this person in chat lives in a shithole. It's Lethal. Time to play the game. Time to play the game. Jack of all casuals is here as well. That's right. That's right. All right. Do we oh man. Do we get into Mike Tyson? Oh, and Mr. T, you know what? Before we do that, Mr. T, how are you doing today? You son of a bitch.
Can't complain, boys, even though I watched that fucking shit fight last night from Mike Tyson. Fuck.
Yeah, that was disappointing.
I
maybe like, you know what? Maybe you should have watched SmackDown.
Oh.
Yeah. I was telling everyone that El Dandy got last week's episode taken down.
Yes, yeah, that was some crazy shit. Thanks, El Dandy.
Thank you, El Dandy.
You know what? I can't even hate on El Dandy. Honestly, El Dandy's my hero. This is Our Lady of El Dandy now. That's the new name of the podcast. With that, do we want to talk about Mike Tyson? Do we want to?
Yeah, I guess we could. That's the big elephant in the room. Yeah.
Now look, you may be thinking, well, that was a boxing match. What the fuck does that have to do with wrestling? And I tell you, it barely has anything to do with wrestling. All right, let's start off. It was a WWE Hall of Famer, technically.
Yeah.
I mean, Drew Carey's a fucking Hall of Famer too, and we're not talking about Wheel of Fortune, but
Jake Paul's brother is in the active roster too.
And was U.S. champion from just, a couple months ago. So it does fit. What it really goes down to was it was one of the worst boxing matches I've ever seen in my life. And I don't know why any of us actually expected it to be any different. I mean, Mike Tyson was fucking crippled basically 2 or 3 fucking years ago.
Yeah.
So the fact that he's even standing
the Roy
in
Jones
the ring,
fight, what about that? Did people not learn from that?
Yeah, the one without any shots above the shoulders.
Yeah.
There was all stomach hit. Yeah. It was stupid. It was one of the absolute most useless worst fucking events I've ever had the displeasure of watching. Let's start out with the first one on the main card, which was an Indian man versus a Brazilian comedian, who then proceeded to push him into the corner and start dry humping him. And
that
you've
was
seen
something.
it. You've probably seen it on Twitter. You know I am not lying. He just started humping him.
He
in the
straight
corner.
up dry like a dog. It was just.
He looked like Viscera from back in the day when he was the.
Yes, Viscera.
I'm pretty sure he got a half chub from doing that. I'm not gonna lie.
And the guy just took it. The other guy just took it too. He didn't do anything about it.
He laughed, but then like you could look and it's like part of him died after that moment, and then part of him will never be the same again.
No,
it was terrible. The Indian guy is a ranked boxer. He's the first ranked boxer from India. And he didn't really do a good job representing India. He spent the entire time with his hands down, being extremely fucking cocky.
Just trolling him.
Ended up, I know, but here's the thing: you're a professional boxer, and a comedian ended up going 8 rounds with you. That's all anyone's gonna.
He should have finished. There's a million times he could have finished it. It was another one of those. He could have finished
him at least the 4th round.
Yeah.
At least, but I think he could have finished him in 2 rounds easily.
Oh, definitely.
If he actually tried, but he spent half the time with his fucking hands down. It was useless.
Yeah, it was terrible. It was a joke. The funny thing is, we'll get to it when the Mike Tyson fight happens, but apparently there was like a script or something that leaked today. Don't know if it's true, but it doesn't surprise me if that's the case with Logan or Jake Paul and Tyson having a contract together. It's a complete shit show. That fight last night, man, fucking hell.
Yeah, the first fight was just a joke. It was a waste of 20 minutes or how long was that fight? 20 minutes old, maybe.
It was
an hour.
An hour.
They were all about an hour.
Yeah, because they all pretty much all went the distance. Yeah, I forgot about that.
Yeah, that second fight was pretty good. That one went long.
The Pepto-Bismol and the Taco Bell individual.
Pepto-Bismol.
Mexican Bret Hart versus another Mexican man. Now that fight was really fucking good.
Yeah, that was probably the best fight of the whole card.
The fights where they had 2 professional boxers. Holy shit, those were great fights, and I'm glad I got to see those fights. They were fucking amazing.
Yeah.
The women's fight was fucking. I mean, at one point I could see her fucking skull.
Yeah,
right?
we were like at that fight. We were like the ref was like not calling it. We were like, call it, ref. There was a point where
the ref looked like Alec Baldwin, by the way. He looked like a Baldwin brother that got fucking separated at birth.
Without
that
the gun.
Women's fight was wild. There was a lot of people think there was cheating involved and all that. Yes.
The Irish chick looked like she was the Irish version of Ultimo Dragon with all her championships she had coming out.
Fuck yeah, apparently she fucking is.
Yeah.
She retained her title and stuff. And the Mike Tyson fight, Mike Tyson looked like retarded Mike Tyson for about a round.
Yeah.
Still could beat my ass easily. I mean, that's not it. I mean, I could get beat up by like 3 4th graders and be sent to the ER, so it's not really a challenge. But he would looked okay for a round, and then it was done.
Yeah,
and it was just like, nah, he's done.
Mike just stood there. Mike just stood there, and
Mike. There was a point he just like the first 2 rounds he was all right, and then that 3rd or 4th one he just looked bad.
I think because it was an 8-round fight, the last 4 rounds, I think you could count on 2 hands how many punches were thrown and connected by both fighters. They just stood there, and that's why people think that it was fucking rigged. And I mean, like, to be honest, it kind of it doesn't look.
It
good.
looks. I'm sorry, Mike took a dive. I'm sorry, maybe not a literal one, but that's what this felt like to me. Yeah, it was just to pad out Jake's record.
And the crowd was fucking absolutely dead.
They didn't give a shit about waiting for Jake Paul at all in that fight.
They didn't give a shit about any other fight.
No.
Everyone was there to see Mike fight. That was it.
Yeah.
That's all they cared
Mhm.
about. They didn't even get to see that because all Mike did was stand there.
Yeah.
That was really bad. It was a bad fight. I mean, we saw more action in the Boogie Wings fight than we did in the Mike
Yeah.
Tyson Jake Paul
Yeah.
fight.
I hate to say
Figure
it,
that
but
out.
you're right.
Boogie and Wings had a better
Yeah.
fight than Mike Tyson.
The whole
Yeah,
thing was a
that's-
work. This whole fight was a work. There's no doubt in my mind about it.
Yeah.
Mike took the money. I mean, Paul, they said reportedly he was getting paid 40. Tyson was getting paid 20. Excuse me. And, here's my thing. Tyson should have had that fight won in the second round.
Yeah.
He should not.
Really, the second.
And everyone can say what
Well,
they
because
want, but
Jake was doing the Floyd shit, right? Where he's
he was trying.
backing
He
up.
was trying to make Tyson come to him because Jake, from the fight, from what I was seeing, he was scared of Mike because a couple, the first 2 rounds, Mike was laying into him. He got him pretty good on the chin. So I think he
Yeah.
knew, he was like, oh, okay, well, stay away from this. But
I
like I said,
don't know what to make of it.
Yeah.
I think it was a fucking clusterfuck
yeah.
of a
Oh,
show.
the buffering, bro.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, the buffering. The buffering was really bad. And this does connect to wrestling as well because Raw is going to be on Netflix.
Mhm.
And if you're in an area like myself, that means everything's going to be on Netflix. I'm getting SummerSlam.
And they announced the date yesterday, January 6th.
Yeah.
The 1st January of 2025. They go to Netflix.
in honor.
And really quick, a lot of wrestling fans are complaining like, "Oh, this is gonna be bad for Raw." I'm like, no, this is not gonna have as much watchers. No way.
Well, I don't
As
even think it's
much
going to
as
be
I-
that problem because they were using Netflix cameras, Netflix production.
Yeah.
WWE's
Yeah.
they already have a production in house, so they're using their own shit. They're just using Netflix's signal.
Here's the problem. The problem was not with the cameras. It was with the signal. That's why it was
Yeah.
buffering. The drop in the quality
and
is
probably
because
the
of cameras.
traction too, though. Because let's be real,
Yeah.
Raw's not gonna get the traction this got. That's why I don't think I'm gonna
Absolutely
really
not.
worry. That's why I don't think I'm gonna be
Maybe
that worried.
Mania, maybe Mania, but Mania. No, I still don't think Mania is going to have that many people. And by that point, they will have had it going on for months.
Yeah,
and
Yeah.
Royal Rumble's going to be on there in certain locations, right? Like in my jurisdiction,
Yeah.
it's going to be Royal Rumble on
Yeah.
there. So maybe they figure it out then. They'll be like, oh, fuck, okay, well, we got to figure it out. But it does help that you won't have people from the States on there unless they use a VPN, I guess.
right.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, that's gonna be a problem if they don't figure out that signal thing because they've had issues with it before. This was the real big test, and Netflix just has a bunch of stuff they're doing.
Yeah.
Live specials. They're doing NFL games on Christmas. They got 2 of them that they're going to be airing. So they need to figure that out, and that does end up that will end up affecting. If you watch wrestling, it will affect it if Netflix's signal is really shoddy. Especially, we'll have a better idea when we get to Christmas with those NFL games because they have about a month to get ready right now.
Those games aren't going to have this audience. Like, if I'm being real, if this was on TV, this fight was on TV, this probably would have got a 7 nowadays if this was on TV. So
the benefit to this was I don't think people were willing to pay money for a pay-per-view, but they would be willing to shell out $10 for Netflix if they didn't already have it.
Yeah.
So there is that. But with that, Mr. T, I'll let you take over. Because I know we want to save Dave Meltzer to the end.
Yeah, let's
save
that
Davey Boy to the end.
Yeah. Talking about one thing that's a piece of shit to another. Let's talk about Kenny Omega and his fucking comments he made a couple days ago with Sean Ross Sapp. Boy, was that a shit show. My God.
Whoa. Kenny looks rough, dude.
Yeah, dude, what happened to you?
You looks like
someone
he just fucking screamed at some fucking. He just screamed at his wife for an hour or something.
It's all that butt fucking he's getting from Kota Ibushi. That's why.
Oh no! Look at Sean
God.
Ross Sapp has a weirdly symmetrical face.
Dude, he looks like Will. He looks like Will Wheaton. Like a
no,
fucked up Will Wheaton.
that's an insult to Will Wheaton.
Oh my god.
Nah, he looks. I don't know. He scares me. I feel like there's some uncanny. He looks AI, like some
We're gonna
Yeah, he doesn't
uncanny
look
valley
real.
shit.
That motherfucker's not real.
We're gonna
Yeah,
play
exactly.
the clip, but if you want to read what Kenny said for the audience to see what he
Yeah.
says in this interview.
All right. Kenny Omega says he's making his return to New Japan Pro Wrestling instead of AEW because, one, he owes a debt to New Japan for allowing him to become the star that he is. Two, he doesn't want to take a TV spot away from someone in AEW. Three, he doesn't think AEW needs him right now. Let's play the clip, but I have a theory.
Oh.
Damn, you can't even fucking speak now. That's how bad it was.
A lot of people, not only in Japan, but internationally, they never knew who I was until I did big things in New Japan. So I really do owe New Japan a gigantic thank you. And I do feel that there's a debt I have to repay in some way, shape, form, or fashion. And I think that if by performing at the Tokyo Dome, by making my comeback at the Tokyo Dome, is a way to help repay that, if it can help something for their business, then I'm more than happy to do that. And, I'm sure naturally the next question is, well, why not AEW first? That is the company that I helped create. That is the company that I'm contracted to. It makes sense. It's tough to answer because, why not AEW?
Oh my god. Dude.
There's nothing wrong with AEW at all. There's no, it's
totally Kenny.
Pause it for a second.
Yeah, you got it. Yeah.
There's
nothing wrong. There's nothing wrong, guys.
There's nothing wrong with AEW. I mean, I'm sorry when you have to preface so hard that there's no problems, there's nothing, that it's all good, it's all good. No, dude, it makes me think, okay, there's definitely something wrong.
Yeah.
It's not even the fact that I know there's something wrong with AEW. Even if AEW looked from the outside like it was good and I was a fan and he said something like this, I'd be like, what the fuck's going on backstage? That's why. Like, if I was a fan of Kenny, which personally I'm not.
I've never was.
If I was a fan of AEW, which fucking obviously I am not at this moment, if I was those two things, this would fucking freak me. Like, I would start thinking about it. I'm like, fuck, what the fuck is going on back there? Yeah. Then we have like a ton of other shit. I mean, we have the whole thing that fucking Moxley was talking about this week, which I don't know if we're
I got that. Don't worry about that.
Okay. Yeah, we'll talk about that probably after this. But there's definitely a lot of there's trouble in paradise, as some may say.
When you don't go to your own company, and I get he's trying to say New Japan maybe, but it's like that's the company he built, bruh.
You're an executive vice president of this company.
Yeah. And he hasn't been there. Like, how long was Kenny there at all in 2024?
No, he was out with his excuse me, diverticulitis.
So he was out basically
in January.
No, he's not been on. He's not been on TV since his last match he had was last November because he wrestled again. That's when he was teaming with Jericho before Full Gear because that pay-per-view was supposed to be him and Jericho.
So he hasn't been there in over a goddamn year.
Yeah, so he hasn't been in the ring since last year, but he made that appearance beginning of the year when he became the manager, the TV manager until he got taken out by the Elite. I don't know if you guys remember that or not.
Yeah.
But he's not been on TV since then because of his diverticulitis. But here's my thing. You look at that roster right now, it is a freaking depth-wise, it's pretty fucking low. Like,
it's a barren desert besides the Hurt Business, which
the
Bobby Flash is only gonna last, I'm just gonna say it, a couple of months.
Yeah, until Tony gets tired with his toy. But that's the thing. I'm talking about, like Kenny. I'm going to use a sports analogy, and I'm pretty sure you guys have probably seen this movie. Have you guys ever seen the movie The Replacements when Keanu
Yes.
Reeves comes back as Shane Falco and the quarterback goes on strike because the team sucks and he wants more money? And it takes someone like Joe or Shane Flacco to come take him to the freaking playoffs. And all of a sudden, when everything was going well, the quarterback crossed the picket line and then took over for the team and was sucking balls. This is what reminds me of Kenny. He is going to be waiting until they start getting somewhat a little bit better, not great, but better. And then what you're going to see is, I think you're going to see him and Kota Ibushi come back together and be a fucking tag team. That's what he's doing. I think he's waiting for Ibushi to come back to be clear, so they can be back as the Golden Lovers. That's my thought process of it. And plus,
So
if
he's
I was
just
an
waiting until he
AEW
gets
guy,
better, then that's never happening.
yeah, and if I was an AEW guy, I'd be pissed. Here's a guy supposed to be the freaking one of the executives of the company,
Yeah.
and he's saying this shit. Oh, I'm going back to do New Japan. First of all, you're basically telling everyone that your fucking company's dog shit, and you know it. You know it's the Titanic,
Yes.
and you're trying to get on a raft trying to get to shore. That's the only thing it is.
Yeah.
It's just it's alarming. If I was an AEW guy, talent fan, this is alarming. This is
Yeah.
alarming.
He's basically saying, yeah, I don't need to go to that company. I'll go to the, I guess you can say rival, somewhat to AEW New Japan. They're better.
Yeah. Do we want to move on to Moxley's comments maybe?
Yeah, sure. Let me go get the let me pull it up.
Because that kind of ties into this, and his comments were really interesting. Now look, I'm not a big John Moxley fan, but I don't think what he said was wrong.
Is this okay? I think this is the one you're referring to, right?
Yeah.
The one that
Let me read it out in my beautiful voice.
Got it, last toxic mail for the screenshot.
Yes, thank you, last toxic mail. He's the hood homie for real.
Yep, last toxic mail.
John Moxley speaks on a new AEW. There will be a lot of stuff that won't be a part of this AEW. For example, earlier in the year, I was having a conversation or was around the conversation. Earlier in the year, okay.
Yeah,
earlier in the he's trying to talk, but he's having a hard time. Fuck me. Earlier in the year, I heard a backstage type person talking about interviews or pre-tapes or something. It was a situation where talents were not put in a position to succeed due to lack of preparation, framework, direction, and things like that. This individual said, well, it's bottom of the card. It doesn't matter. Can you imagine saying that? You're fucking fired. Go work at Sunglass Hut. You should be fucking pistol whipped for sale. Fucking it.
What the fuck? Jesus Christ, bro.
Fucking chill, cunt. You should be fucking pistol whipped for sale. These are John Moxley's words. I am reading an article, okay? I do not believe anyone should be pistol whipped.
Yeah, this is
that's bad. Don't do it.
Yeah.
Violence is wrong. For one, everybody that is on top of the card was at one time on the bottom of the card. That's how it works. You climb the ladder, you see this frustration or confusion from some of these talents because there's no fucking ladder. They don't know what to do. They are just wandering in the desert. We're going to grab them and we're going to walk them. I mean, here's the thing. It feels like a work promo, but then you have something thrown in there that's like...
Yeah, because he's talking about deserts again. That's why I thought this was a promo.
John Moxley is from my area. And he makes
work shoots and shit.
Yeah, like he's from my area of the woods, and he makes us all look fucking retarded. Literally, he makes us all look mentally retarded. We do not all talk like this like John Moxley does. The problem is with Moxley, the reason why he talks like this is because he's a fucking tweaker, or he was. That's what he is. Motherfucker's got more problems than freaking Gary Busey, for fuck's sake. Always talking this deep, gravelly voice and shit.
Besides the pistol whip comment, which is like,
That's just wild. What are
Fucking.
you
This,
talking-
by the way, is not the only threat of violence that we will be talking about today.
Yeah.
No.
There's another one this week. Things are getting a little testy in the internet wrestling community. The IWC is getting a little testy. All right.
Yeah.
One of them is. We'll get to that. We'll get to that eventually. But with this, it's like if you're actually a backstage producer and you are saying shit like, well, it doesn't really matter, then go the fuck home.
Yeah.
Go the fuck home. I don't care if you don't think it actually matters. Put the effort in like it actually matters, right? Because
That's
you
the
never
job.
know. It was something fucking Bubble Ray Dudley said this week. He's like, well, we just won't put effort into it. It's only a ringmaster promo, you know? It's
Yeah.
only the ringmaster. Why the fuck would we care? Well, you don't know who the fuck that's going to become, right? Like,
Yeah.
anyone in this company, especially with the lack of people at the top, Moxley's at the top, but there is a lack of mid-card people. So somebody could very easily get on a creative hot run and get to that point in this company. That is the one benefit of the position they're in.
Yeah.
They're in a terrible position, but if you can creatively get out of it, it is a fantastic position. Look at like the new generation with WWE. Creatively, it fucking sucked.
Yeah.
When you get to
But
the
it
later part, like 95, 96, like it starts
97,
to get
early
better.
97, early
Well,
97.
I kind of count 97 as the Attitude Era, but you get shit
Yeah.
like Goldust. Goldust is a
Sean.
fucking great character, all right? And that fucking just popped out. With Sean, yeah, he was still doing his stuff and it was starting to do better. Yeah, Brett, you have all these people who are starting to kind of pull these characters up. And even though the company's not in great shape, you're creatively lifting it up. And eventually it gets to the point where you get the Attitude Era, but you don't get that you don't get the peak without the valley. And you have to utilize that valley. And so AEW is in I wouldn't say a good position, but they're in an interesting position because they do have massive contracts and they have that huge new contract with Warner Brothers, which is fucking fantastic for a wrestling company to get a deal like that. By the way, that is great. That's great for the whole industry, but you now have to take advantage of that. Right? You were given that contract. You were given the ability to put events on HBO Max, which is a major streaming service, and keep your shit on television. Now you have to provide for people. You need to stop hemorrhaging viewers like it is. It's a leaking ship.
Build stars. Actual stars.
The boat is not like out in the middle of the fucking ocean. The boat's in the lake, bro. You have enough time to get it back to fucking shore before you all drown to death. But you actually have to start fucking paddling. You know what I mean? Like you can't just sit there and be like,
build
I guess
talent.
the wind will take us.
Not
No,
keep poaching talent like TNA did, unfortunately, in the latter 2000s, where that's kind of what killed them too.
And look at TNA now. And TNA has backing for money too. Not as much as Tony Khan can offer, but Anthem is a profitable company. They do have money.
And
look at the NWA. The NWA.
And look who they're working with now. WWE. Did you think we would ever be at a point where TNA is working openly with WWE now?
Not at all. I thought if anything, they were going to get bought out.
Yeah. Same.
But what has Ring of Honor done? They have taken
Jericho's
golden
champion.
Opportunities, right?
They have Jericho's champion.
Yeah, fucking Christ. ROH. Let's not even talk about ROH, all right? We'll ignore that. This company has taken a bunch of golden opportunities. Now, to be fair, it's not like Tony Khan didn't work hard to get that. I think I think if you don't think Tony Khan is a hardworking guy, you're just being a blind. I hate to
That's
say
blind
hater at
hate.
that point,
That's blind hate.
but
Yeah, and
he
I
is
hate the
not a
fucker,
good
but
booker. That is his
No.
problem. Creatively, he is not there.
And most
Right?
people who, if you're a good boss, you know that. If you know your weaknesses, you get somebody who can.
But the problem with this is the whole reason he bought the company was so he could be the booker.
Yep.
So it defeats the point of the company if he know in his mind, I would assume, just based off of what I know about what he said about the company, what he said about like how he was a kid and he would always, try to rebook Nitro and stuff. Like it's pretty obvious that, and you know what? Good on him. That's a fun little hobby to have as a kid. And, we've all done fantasy booking in our heads. And if you have the money to start a company, I think it's better than not starting a wrestling company. It's better for everyone for there to be competition. But when you dude, the company is fucking hemorrhaging viewers. And I don't care what Dave Meltzer says in his article, which we'll get to, where he's talking about it's not one of them mom and pops, stuck on live events type of model.
Yeah.
Yes. But when you get to the point where the crowd is empty for shows, that doesn't look good for TV.
Now you're losing to NXT
and that's
weekly now.
Exactly. And guess what? If you're losing to NXT weekly, NXT beats you on your night and you can't beat them on their night.
Yeah.
Right? Because remember, the ratings against NXT really mattered in the early days. Remember?
Yeah,
they were always talking about we beat NXT.
Those 2 years, yeah.
And it's like, it doesn't fucking matter. NXT is a developmental brand, and that's not to insult any of the wrestlers there. They are just not ready for SmackDown or Raw. Okay? That's the point of the thing. But having the show out there helps them get seen. This is why I'm not a big fan of it being on CW even. I honestly think NXT should stick to being a online thing, either for free on the WWE website.
WWE
exactly.
too. Just put it on there. Just all
something like that. That's how it should be, because that's a way for diehards to see it. It's also a way for them to get experience on camera, because then you can go back, look at it, and be like, you failed. But they were fucking hammering home that they were fucking fantastic. We're doing all this great stuff. We're beating a WWE show. It's like, yeah, you're beating the developmental brand. That would be like the fucking Reds being like, guys, we beat the Blue Jays minor league team.
Yeah.
That's what it looks like. And it's not to insult any of the wrestlers in there. I mean, shit, you got people like Ridge Holland, Ethan Page. I think those two are going to be fucking fantastic. Especially Ethan Page. I think he's going to be fucking great on the main roster. Trick Williams, that's a guy who's going to be great too.
That Stephanie chick.
Yes, dude, there are so many great people in there, but they're not ready. And that's the point of NXT. So when you're basically dunking on beating the college team when you're a professional team, it doesn't look good. It really doesn't. And then it looks worse when you start losing to those people, because you were going off about ratings and they wouldn't shut the fuck up about it.
Nope.
Anyone who says that they didn't talk about ratings is a fucking liar. They were always talking about that demo. They were talking about ratings. They were talking about all that shit.
Jericho named himself the demo god.
Exactly. And guess what? Now they are losing those ratings.
Yeah.
And they are starting to lose by a wider and wider margin.
And let's just be real. I've been watching NXT for the past couple of weeks. Sean books just like Tony. And it's not a good show. I'm not going to lie about it. It's not a good show. And
there are definitely problems with NXT.
Yeah. And the reason why they got the reason why they got those ratings last week is because, hey, they had Bully Ray, they had all the ECW originals, right? That's why they beat AEW. But the problem is, from Tony's perspective, AEW's been in this rut for the longest time, and they can't get out of it. The problem is they don't have stars. Tony can say what he wants. We have stars. No, you do not.
No,
have
you
stars.
don't.
You have freaking
Think
guys.
about it.
You have guys that look
MJF.
like.
That's it.
I don't even think MJF at this point. He's just
No.
looking so fucking terrible anymore. It's like shit, dude. Like
Yeah, MJF's phoning it in. I said this a couple months ago. He's a parody of himself now.
here's the thing.
And you know what? If this was a year ago, I would actually be kind of excited at a match they're offering at Full Gear, which is Roderick Strong versus Adam Cole versus MJF. The problem is the booking doesn't make sense
No.
because
No.
Roderick Strong and Adam Cole are like, okay, so in order for us to get back at MJF, we need to have a three, a
triple
three-way
threat.
dance effectively.
Why?
You're on the same team.
Yeah.
Shouldn't it have been a one-on-one? Because I was saying for a while
It should
that
be
they're
a
just
one-on-one or like maybe a handicap match.
Here's an idea.
The whole point is to get Roderick to turn on Adam. That's the whole goal of it. But you could do that in a handicap match. If he's in the match and then all of a sudden he turns on Adam Cole and MJF and Roderick Strong just beat down Adam Cole and they fuck him up. Holy shit, that would be cool. That would actually be a good angle. And I don't think that's a bad idea for them to do. But a three-way fight, it's just you're already setting it up.
Here's what
It should have been Adam Cole versus MJF. It should have just been one-on-one. And
should be
he's outside because I was
thing.
booking it thinking they're going to turn on him, right? They're building up them turning on Cole.
The thing is,
That's
what
why-
they should the thing they should
So-
be doing is this.
Yeah.
They should have challenged Roderick Strong and Cole should have challenged MJF to a tag match. If they're going to do a tag match, do the tag match, right? If
Yeah,
you got
MJF
saying
gets another partner, like another
exactly,
heel
because
partner.
it keeps it mysterious. No one knows who
You
the
know
fuck
what my
he is.
worry though is? You know who his partner is going to end up fucking being?
I think I know what you're talking about, but I'm not going to spoil it until you say it.
Fucking Wardlow.
Yep.
Yep. Yeah.
They did all that to split those two up, just to
Yep.
bring them back together. I really don't like that, and I think they really fucked up Wardlow. Like that.
Yeah.
Both MJF
Wardlow
and
could have been. He could have been their Batista, bruh.
He was there.
Look how-
he could have been the Kevin Nash to their Shawn Michaels.
Kevin. Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Where
Yeah.
like he's just that big dominant guy, and he's fucking had
when he
enough.
broke
and
off
Yeah,
from
but then he
one-on-one.
could go on his own. You could have a thing where he could
Exactly.
go face, turns
Well,
on
then
MJF
when-
like Triple H a la Batista, like Triple H.
Remember when he broke away from MJF? The fans were behind Wardlow. They loved watching that guy because he was.
I think is they thought it was going to be Batista Triple H after when
that's what
Batista
they're
left
hoping
Evolution.
for. And
Yep.
MJF put him over clean at Double or Nothing that year. He put him over clean, like he powerbombed him like freaking like 15 times till he pinned him, and then he went on to win the TNT title from Scorpio Sky. Scorpio Sky drops the title, goes away for fucking so long. That him and Tony Khan had a falling out, and it looks like he's not even coming back to AEW at all. That's what I'm trying to say. They keep on telling everyone we have stars. You got a guy like Ricky Starks on the shelf, and you ain't been doing nothing with him since last year.
Yeah, nothing with him.
Nothing.
Even though he's not homegrown Christian.
What about
he's
Malachi?
just Christian.
What about Malachi Black?
Yeah,
he's
Malachi
leaving.
Black, who they
We know he's leaving.
No, he's not.
He's
That's
not
the
leaving.
thing. He had to.
No.
He had to come out on Instagram and say, "No, guys, I am not
gay.
injured.
Gay.
I am not leaving. I haven't been injured for 2 fucking years." And they've done nothing with him.
What has he done?
I understand why he was frustrated that everyone thought he was fucking leaving the company. But
Well, because deep down he wants to leave. I think that's why. It was like, I
maybe
wish this was real, guys. Deep down, he
But-
probably feels that way.
he's still there. But they set it up. They did the whole thing at the end, and it makes you feel like
And
you're trying to like say, "Oh,
let's
he's
be
gone."
real. He could
But I
easily
mean-
go to Raw. His wife's there, girlfriend,
Well, yeah,
or whatever.
that's true. Yeah, his wife is there. But here's the thing: remember, WWE did that with Daniel Bryan, with Bryan
Yeah.
Danielson before he went to AEW. They did that exact same thing.
Yeah,
So
Roman.
everyone
He has a big match
naturally-
with Roman.
Yeah. Well, everyone naturally thinks, "Oh, he's definitely leaving." It's
Yeah.
not unrealistic for them to think that.
And people
It's
thought,
just
like,
the
because
booking is so
some
fucking
people
bad.
thought his contract was coming up in 2025. So it's like, oh, him leaving now kind of makes sense. He'll be kind of silent for a couple of months. And then
And to think
sometime in
about this for a minute, That was his first match that he had in 3 years as a singles competitor.
3 years?
Yes,
Dude, that's bad. That's bad, bro.
because Tony views him as a 6-man tag team specialist, not a single
Yep.
star no more. This guy came into the company
House of Black.
feuding with Cody. With fucking Cody.
Well, remember, everybody thought he was going to be this big shot, like, main eventer once he went to AEW.
Yeah,
But then
I was
he came at the wrong time, I think, too, because that was when Punk and Bryan came in, right? Wasn't that same time?
No,
Yeah, but I don't think
Yes.
it was
but
that.
I still think there would have been enough for him. There was so much hype. Even go back to like 2018, which was the
Yeah.
last time Adam Cole and Malachi Black, then Aleister Black,
Yep.
had a match together in NXT
Takeover.
Yeah.
at a takeover. Yeah. And there was a lot of fucking hype around both those guys. And now there is absolutely no fucking hype.
No.
Adam
No.
Cole looks like he has fucking jaundice because he keeps
Yeah.
using fucking bronzer. He keeps going to like suntan.
Look at Darby Allin. That fucking stunt with the fucking harness made me like, dude, this dude's fucked. that killed him. I don't know how you can take him seriously after that. And I know that's not necessarily his fault, but
I can take him seriously. I can't take the fucking company seriously.
no.
And that is
man.
the problem. And you say late stage WCW. Here's the problem.
Late
Nobody's
WCW
pulling out.
made Booker
no
T
one's-
world champion. Let's be real. I'll
There's
give
at
them
least
credit. They
that.
get that.
And at least at some point, the person writing the checks pulled the fucking plug.
Yeah. Yeah. And
That
they
is
somewhat
what
still had
saved
stars.
WCW.
At least
because
out of that shit, you've got a starred Booker T. You know?
you want to know what happened? What would have happened to WCW if Bischoff took over? And let's assume that the creative issues didn't get better. I think it would have rebounded a little bit, but I don't think it would have been. They would have been okay.
They
but
still
not
would have lost
great.
the war. They would have. Maybe they could have been
obviously-
TNA.
I mean,
They
the war
could've
was
still been
already
TNA.
over. For
Maybe
like
they don't
a
go out
year.
of business. Maybe they don't go out of business. Maybe
Yeah.
they could still be
But
around. It's like a team.
It would be TNA.
We wouldn't
Pop
get
TV.
TNA then. I don't think
Pop
we would get
TV.
TNA.
That's
then.
what it would have been.
Yeah.
No, but I mean, quality wise, it would have been like TNA
Yeah.
Pop TV, where it just feels like no man's land. And that's
No
no
one's
offense to
watching.
anyone working on that. They all tried their fucking hardest, but
Yeah.
there was so much damage done to that brand that it's even now TNA still has that stain on it, even though TNA is
It's still
doing well.
people
We
still
have
say LOL TNA. They still unfortunately have
I know.
moments where you can still say LOL
well,
TNA, and I hate it.
What's the meme?
But-
What's the meme? LOL TNA or TNA?
Yeah, LOL TNA. Yeah, that's.
Yeah.
That, I was even saying that during when we were watching Bound for Glory. I'm like, there's still some LOL TNA moments here, unfortunately.
Yeah.
It's gonna
And
take a
speaking
while
of
to-
TNA, we should mention to round out the AEW talks, Speedball Mike Bailey most likely going to
AEW.
AEW. I
Yeah.
thought his match with Vikingo was all right. I actually thought he did the best job in that match. He's been wrestling for a while. Like he's not a young guy. I think he would have fit better in NXT, honestly. But hey,
Yeah.
good for him. Go get the bag. Hopefully that they actually give him something to do or give him a short contract so he can get the money and get the fuck out to somewhere where he can actually wrestle and do things. And with that,
I think
what
we're
else do we have to talk about? Are we on our last topic here?
No, I got a couple more to go. We got a couple.
Oh,
we got a
okay.
couple more.
All right.
We got a couple
You want
more.
to talk about Ricochet really quick?
Oh fuck.
I couldn't find
is-
tweets, but yeah,
We don't have to. We can just kind of talk
Yeah.
about it.
we'll
He's
talk about
been
that.
just wilding.
We will talk about
I
that.
actually missed all this stuff. So you guys are gonna have to explain to me what the fuck happened.
We will get into that, but let's get into this. This was reported not even an hour ago by Dave Meltzer.
Oh, okay.
So-
Breaking news.
So
go-
it may or may
go
not be real.
into creative. So going into
Yeah.
the AEW's creative and continuing that on and tying a bow on this.
Yeah. You want me to read this out here?
Yes, please.
Alrighty. The current AEW/Death Rider storyline is Jon Moxley's deal as far as the angle goes. And Tony Khan was agreeable to do it. Tony Khan is still overseeing it, like everything on television, but a lot of the ideas and verbiage is coming from Moxley.
Oh God. So this is his shit show.
The
Yeah. This
is
inmates
his
are running
shit
the
show.
asylum.
Yes.
And that's
Oh my God,
I
that's bad.
even if the angle's good, you don't leave it
Like
always.
Vince or not, there is a reason Vince put a fucking nuzzle on this guy and was like, you know what? You're not gonna have creative control because you're dog shit. This is why. He's doing these pseudo Undertaker promos, talking about valleys and shit. I'm like, that was the
I'm
last
waiting
we
for him
watched.
to
'Cause
You guys remember the fucking Big Show Undertaker promo where he's like, he left Paul in the desert and he
yes,
ate
yes.
he cut up a snake and he stole my motorbike and I had to walk back in the desert. That's why I knew Paul was a good man. It's like,
Yeah.
what the fuck is this?
And you know, it shows. John Moxley ripped off the movie Romper Stomper, I believe. I've never seen it. I know it's an Australian classic. It's like a cult classic. So if anyone knew, probably know about it, would probably be Lethal.
Oh, it's Kylie Minogue in it?
That I don't know, but I know it's got Russell Crowe.
Oh,
in it.
Romper Stomper. Is that? Yeah, I've seen it.
Yeah.
It's like their
Like,
American History X kind of.
Yeah.
Oh, I
he's
thought it was
basically
a movie
skinhead.
about angry toddlers.
Oh my God.
That's Maz's favorite movie. But anyways, yeah, just this whole thing smells like shit. Literally, this smells like a big old pile of dog shit.
I agree with Jack.
This
This is
show
definitely
should work.
WCW. They are definitely WCW.
Yeah.
It's the same thing.
Lethal can confirm that Romper Stomper is for the kids. I'm sorry, Romper
Has he even brought the
Stomper
title on
is-
TV?
No.
Jeez.
No.
It's
He still hasn't brought the title. Oh my God! So the title hasn't been seen on
You know
AEW
what?
TV for
Here's
over a
the
month.
this angle is an angle where I'm like, he actually it's a disadvantage for him to have the title. I think it actually is a better title if he's trying to be like this outsider guy making like imagine NWO like with.
But that should have happened 5 years ago.
bad
That should
idea.
happen.
Yeah,
before
but
the company started.
what about he makes his own title or something? At least just having the title not on
No,
TV for
I'm
a
tired
month.
of the old time. I'm happy they
Yeah.
got rid of the fucking FTW title.
Yeah, this is.
Oh no,
That
I meant
made
like
me so happy.
make his
I know
own
what
version
you're
of the
saying.
world title.
I know what he's saying.
Like
he's
kind of like
saying,
you know when
it's-
Hogan sprayed
Yeah.
NWO
Yeah.
on
Oh,
the
yeah,
world
yeah.
title.
Yeah.
Something
Yeah,
like
do
that.
something like that. But I think actually it's a benefit to not have the title.
You know what? Just pull Punk. Just freaking put a
Oh,
big old.
maybe
X in
give
the
it to
front
fucking
foot.
Christian. Give it to fucking Christian.
Yes. Christian is actually, you know what? Christian is the perfect person in AEW right now to have that world title. And it may seem weird, but I'm sorry. He's the best part of the fucking show.
Yeah.
That's an
Yeah.
example of a veteran guy coming in and adding a lot to the show. Chris Jericho was able to do that at the beginning. He's at the point where he really can't. I think he's getting close to retirement, right? And
Yeah.
look, I don't think Chris. I know a lot of people shit on Chris Jericho as a person. I don't think he's a bad person,
No,
but he's fucking done, dude. He's
a
obviously
he's a
done.
locale in terms of a wrestler to me now.
Exactly.
So,
He's the fucking boogie of wrestlers.
yeah.
He's a show himself.
Damn, dude. Cream, that kind of hit. He is the cream, the boogie
Yes.
of wrestlers.
He's the cream
book-
of wrestling. Yes.
Fucking hell no, dude.
The boogie of wrestling. That hit though, because it's
fucking
so
boogie.
true.
He's
He
the
really
Bastion
is.
boogie of wrestling.
DSP. He's fucking DSP now.
Oh God, it's
Yeah.
bad.
Right here. Yeah. What about Edge? Yeah. So apparently
Edge isn't he still injured
Yeah,
from the
he's still
stupid
injured. Who
heel
knows when
cage
he's coming
spot?
back, because they said that his ankle injury that he had, they said he had to get another surgery done. So I don't know if he ever got that taken care of. And plus, that big hurricane happened in his neck of the woods and stuff like that. So I mean, who knows when he's going to be available to come back?
Dude, that's why I got so pissed. It's like that was such an unnecessary spot. Now he's been gone for that happened this year, right?
Yeah, it happened
that
in
last year?
Double or Nothing. Happened when they were in Vegas. So I was around May, June, something like that.
So so it's been 5-6 months.
Yeah, give or take. Yeah.
You
Thing
just
is,
been
I want AEW to be good. I want to be able
Yes.
to like be excited to watch AEW.
I would
fucking-
love AEW to be TNA in 2008 for me. You know, a nice alternative, but
but
it's
it's
just
not. It's not.
It's
It was for a moment, for a
You know what?
gleaming moment. It was, and then they lost it. And I've been
I'm
off
making-
the train very fucking early. You could even say I was never on the fucking train at that point.
I
I
was
am-
never on the trade.
I am
just-
making a call. I am making a call right now.
Yeah.
In January, we are going to watch and review the first 2 months of AEW Collision. After the 2 months is over with, from the start until September, we're not reviewing it. But we're going to do we are going to do this. We are going
A
to
mini
review-
series.
Yeah, we are going to show
Yeah.
everyone the difference between how one show was booked versus how Collision was booked at the time. And see, even Trace
Just
Cameron is like,
fucking breaking his
Yeah,
phone.
Trace,
What's
Mike
going on?
Cameras is like, fuck that. But yeah, I agree. Yeah,
and I'm telling you
you
guys,
said
when
CM
we
Punk
watch-
booked it far better.
Yeah, when we watch Collision, you are going to see a night and day comparison, and you are going to feel like you're watching an actual professional wrestling show, not what Tony gives you. It looks like you're watching backyard wrestling with a freaking major league budget. That's what it looks like.
Yeah.
Did you
Tony
just
looks
have a
like,
stroke?
yeah, dude, I'm fired the fuck up right now. I just
AEW is CZW, dude.
I'm fucking
You know what
hard.
it is? AEW CZW now. It's
Pretty much.
Jesus.
It's
Pretty much.
CZW with a budget.
It's bad. Literally,
Oh.
it is literally an independent with a major league budget. It's all it is.
That's sad. When you're known as CZW, damn.
It's ridiculous.
God damn.
It's ridiculous. And then you got
Yeah.
stuff like this, like for example. Now, I'm gonna ask everyone's opinion for this. Would you
Okay.
guys spend money for this?
What the
Holy.
fuck? What
Whoa.
in the actual fuck?
What's going on with the nose?
Exactly.
What am I looking at?
So this is a replica mask of hologram that they're selling on AEW Shop for $50.
$50 fucking dollars. Oh my god.
$50. Literally. When you can go to Tijuana and actually get a better mask, the same thing, and get a better quality made.
Yeah.
And this is what Tony thinks is good. This is worth $50.
$20. If that was $20, maybe.
Can we get a side? Can we get like a picture of the actual hologram mask?
Sure, give me 1 second.
Yeah.
Let me pull them up.
Like if this was $20, I would be okay.
Maybe my brain is wrong, but I feel like there is a difference here in quality.
Big fucking difference.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just want to, especially for anyone who doesn't know hologram, doesn't know the mask, just so we can give people, kind of an idea of what the.
I mean,
fuck.
compare this. Like, doesn't WWE sell Rey Mysterio masks? Those often look
They
decent.
do.
They actually look like the ones he wears for the most
Well,
part.
'cause sometimes he does. He'll wear one of the replica masks, take it off, and give it to a kid.
Yeah.
And so the nose thing, that's something new they added, or
Yeah,
So-
that's not even close, bro.
That's the best way I can zoom in right there.
But
I'll tell you, I can't-
$50, and that's not even. It's not even accurate. It looks like a Party City mask. If it was
Yeah,
$20,
Can
okay.
you go back to the Party City version now?
The
Just so
Party
we can.
City.
Can you bounce between both of them? Just bump, 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 bump. Maybe yeah. Just so we get a full idea.
There's the one for 50.
So there's Timu hologram.
What the fuck is this? Hold on. Okay. And there's the actual mask. Is it still not sharing?
No, it's showing us the fucking Timu one. But
What?
I think we get the idea.
Yeah,
It's
but
fucked.
$50 though. That's the fuck part, bro.
What the fuck, bro?
Yeah, here's the real one.
Who
There's the real mask.
Who looked at that and said, you know what we should do? Cut the fucking nose hole out and make it out of a fucking canvas bag and sell it for 50 fucking bucks.
It looks like something you buy, like your mom buys the material at Michael's or something, and she's like, "No, we
Yeah.
have our own hologram mask. I'll make it for you myself."
You know what it is?
Yep.
The hologram mask looks like it was made out of sleeping bags, like the little
Yes.
bag
Yes.
you put over the sleeping bag. It looks
Yes.
like they cut one of those into a fucking hologram mask.
Yes.
Yeah.
$50, man.
See, if it was, I'm gonna say this again. If it was $20, $15, $20, fine. Not $50.
What the
When you can probably that same price get a decent Rey Mysterio mask.
Well, this
I don't
is
know if they sell like Kane masks either, like the old
Shit,
Kane
you
mask. I
pay
don't
a
know if
little
they sell-
more, you could probably get your own fucking mask.
yeah, like I said, you
Yeah.
can go to Tijuana and get the same exact mask for like probably like $20. That's like freaking $100 to those
Yep.
people.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, imagine if this scalped on eBay. You know, there's some fuckers scalping this shit on eBay.
It's just,
Uh,
it's so bad, man. Good lord, it's so bad.
Bravo, Tony. Bravo.
But this
Good
is
job,
but
Tony.
this is Tony's idea of selling good merch. I mean, look at their merchandise stand at the shows. The shirts are like almost $50. The belts are like almost 1,000.
that's expensive.
1,000.
Thing is, he ends up
When-
milking the fucking fans so much
Yeah.
for all that stuff.
Like the difference
Like
with
WWE's
WWE is
merchandise.
I'll
is-
pay 1,000 for like a Winged Eagle or what the old Attitude Era, the undisputed title, or the Big Gold. You'll probably, if you have the money, you probably pay that, right? For one of those belts, if you want to get a replica of that.
I'd probably buy the
I'm-
big gold and just walk around my house naked.
Yeah, like
That's the
Like-
thing. I have both belts. I have the spinner and I have the WWE version of the big gold. Here's my thing. For $1,000, I can actually get a legitimate one, get it custom made by
I can
Belt
get a
Company.
legitimate
custom
big
one.
gold.
Legit.
Legit.
Like,
Oh,
yeah,
seriously.
there's some custom. Yeah, you can get a good custom. Like, yeah,
Yeah,
there's
you can
custom
make your
belts.
own
Yeah.
fucking belt. We
Yeah.
could make a pin down podcast championship belt
Yes.
Yes.
that I could wear around various places naked, and
Cream
we
can
could do that
reenact
for
the,
less money.
Yeah, Cream can reenact the Shawn Michaels Playgirl shoot.
No, I'm not covering anything. My balls are hanging out. I'm honestly, I'm gonna have a good time. But
Tony,
yeah, it's just ridiculous.
but you
The
know, that's
merchandise
what
and
thing,
shit.
and I think this is a good segue to when we get to talking to Dave. Dave Meltzer clearly said, not even a few months ago, AEW was for the rich and WWE was for the poor. Remember, this man said this not even a few
Yeah,
months
I remember that. Yeah, he was trying to be used for the man, for the people. I remember
Yeah.
that shit. Yeah.
Yeah, the AEW's for the highbrow wrestling fan. Those fucking poor fucks go to WWE. You know what? I want to hang out
Like,
with poor people.
Jack, yeah, $400 for replica Big Gold. That's worth it. $400 instead of 1,000.
It's just, God, man. Tony's a fucking idiot. Jesus, God have mercy. He's a freaking moron.
Oh my god.
Oh, that picture. Yeah. You know what? Speaking of that,
not Brad.
Oh my
no.
god, Brad
Oh,
Maddox
no.
reference. Oh, dude.
oh, no.
Ugh.
No.
That's wild. We got a Brad Maddox reference. Oh,
Do we
shit.
do we have anything to talk about before the big one with Big Davo?
I've got nothing else unless you guys got something to talk. Ricochet. I guess we got something about Ricochet. You guys want to talk about
Do
that?
we want to talk about Ricochet?
Just
Not
really quick, we
really.
can make it quick.
Out
He's spazzing out on Twitter like a little whiny bitch. That's all I got.
Yeah.
again?
Yes.
He's just
He does
spazzing
this
out.
every-
No,
he
he's
does
just
this
all he's
every
been doing is just
once.
spazzing out. That's all he does. He tweets like a little girl.
He's flipping out about the his new finisher. It's supposed to be like Will Ospreay's like sling blade. So it's like the best way I can know to describe it. It is the guy gets on his knee, like literally like he's taking a knee, like he's Colin Kaepernick doing the national anthem.
Yeah, he's
Ricochet-
proposing.
Yeah. So like he runs off the corner. He comes up, and when he does, he runs and he hits him with the like armpit / side of his body, and like hits him like a freaking retarded clothesline. People are making fun of him, saying it looks like shit. Some people are saying it looked good. Vice versa. He just flipped. He just goes on a Twitter tirade. He's like, "Y'all can suck my dick. Y'all can do this. Y'all can do that. Y'all are never happy." Blah blah blah. He said, "You guys like me in WWE. Now you guys hate me because I'm in AEW."
No, I've always hated you, fucking Ricochet. You were always dog shit.
I'm just
You're
like,
just
you know,
there
this-
because you can do flips, bruh.
Yeah,
I'm cool
honestly-
because I can do a flip out of a ring. Which okay, that was cool.
honestly, he makes
Do
black
something
people,
else.
He makes black people look bad. I am more
Yes, he
black
makes
than
black
Ricochet.
people. He makes black wrestlers look bad. He's
Oh,
a fucking
no.
man. I was gonna.
I'm gonna
No,
go ahead and
back.
say the word. I'm gonna go ahead and say it. I'm gonna say the
No.
word.
No, all
gonna do
right. There we go. Okay. Woo. Woo. All right. Anyways, I think they calmed down now. Hello, everybody. I see a lot of people are showing up here in chat right now. Hello, everybody. Hello, Tris. Hello,
Hey, Tris.
Cody. Hello, Gravy D. Hello, Last Toxic Male. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the show. And you're just here in time for the main fucking event here.
Yes.
We got to talk about Dave Meltzer.
Mr. Goblin himself.
And I think I'll take the lead on this one, if that's all right. If that's all right, I'm gonna take control here.
Take control.
I'm gonna land us safely down to earth, or plummet us right into the fucking sea. Let's start off with the first blunder Dave Meltzer had, which I don't have up here. The news is out there. Dave Meltzer, reported that Backlash 2025 would be in the Tokyo Dome.
Oh yeah,
and he had apparent evidence of that, which, by the way, turned out to be some fucking joke someone put up online that he stole without crediting, and then claimed it was fucking fact.
What a fucking moron!
He's done this multiple times, so he gets caught with that. Backlash is not going to be in the fucking Tokyo Dome.
No.
Okay, that's not happening. Maybe
they would be a big announcement. Triple H would make a big announcement. It'd probably be a little conference.
But
it wouldn't be fucking Backlash.
Yeah, I was gonna say, wouldn't it be?
And it wouldn't be back. It'd be SummerSlam, Survivor Series, maybe even Royal Rumble. One of those.
I don't know about Royal Rumble, but yeah, something big, a big event, not fucking Backlash.
Money in the
I like Backlash, but no.
We're doing Fastlane at Yankee Stadium. Holy shit!
We're doing Great Balls of Fire in England.
At Wembley. Holy shit! So there was that. He didn't fact check anything. He just fucking ran with it, and then he had to walk, along with his tail tucked between his fucking legs again. Well, this week, that's not even the biggest of his fucking worries, because there was a situation with Dutch Mantel. Now, if you didn't know, Dutch Mantel has been very, very sick recently. He had sepsis, and he actually almost passed away. And his wife got very, very sick. And they currently have a GoFundMe up right now, which has raised $105,000 US. So that is good. Apparently their funding just got drained. Their insurance wasn't going to cover it.
And plus I think they were affected by the hurricane as well.
Yes.
Too.
Yeah. At the same time that they were in hospital, the hurricane was going on. So, and it's been a strain on their daughter, who has been trying to help out as much as she can. So we had that happen. Now, we're gonna show something here, okay? Because this is going to be very, very key. It shows you how Dave Meltzer acts. So you see the top donation is anonymous. Then tied is Tony Khan, and then Jim and Stacey Cornette. Then Chris Jericho also put in a lot of money there. All right, that's a great on all those people who did that.
Yeah.
You know what? There's a lot of times I lose respect for all those people, not Stacey Cornette, but Jim Cornette, She doesn't do anything to, Last time I heard was the weird Batista rumors. I don't fucking care about those.
Or the hot tub stories when he was talking about when Cornette was getting cucked. So yeah.
Wait, what?
Yeah. Well, that's for another day.
We'll fill you in later, Trey. We'll fill you in.
Hold up.
I don't even know where to go now with it. Oh god.
The point being is these are very good deeds, but Dave Meltzer took it to a whole nother fucking level of
they raised the bar, he lowered the fucking bar. Yeah. Because, ladies and gentlemen, we have to go over.
He lowered it so bad James Cameron has to raise it again.
Yeah, he's gotta go down in the fucking sub. Okay, so here's the problem that we ran into. Dave Meltzer put up an article about the GoFundMe, about Dutch Mantel's health problems. But because of backlash from certain things he says, which we'll get into in here, He's taken the article down, so I can't grab the article. I was looking all over. He hasn't said he's taken the article down. I can't find the article. I search up Dutch Mantel on Figure 4 online, Wrestling Observer online, that website, and it comes up, the last story, the most recent one that it comes up with is a year old. So I think he fucking took the article out, which I'm sorry, if you're going to post something like that, stick by it or post a retraction.
Yep.
That's just me. But let's get into
it and running away is pussy.
Let's get into it and read this. All right. Dutch Mantel, Wayne Kean, 74, is not doing well, nor is his wife, Kathy. He's battled sepsis twice over the last year, and both times nearly took his life. He had a month-long stay in hospital after the second time. His wife had also had both sepsis and diverticulitis, to the point she's been hospitalized 11 times since May and just had emergency bowel reconstruction surgery and has lost 70 pounds. Because of extended hospital stays, their insurance and life savings are depleted and started a GoFundMe because both still need home care. They raised about 64. Holy shit. They raised $64,000 with most of the top donors being anonymous. And the largest known donors were Tony Khan at $5,000 and Chris Jericho at $1,500. Now, I will just say we are kind of missing out on someone who also donated $5,000.
Yeah.
Because Dave Meltzer fucking hates Jim Cornette. The two of them fucking hate each other. That's not a mistake. That's on purpose. And if you think it's a mistake, we will get to the point where you realize it's on purpose by reading through this more. With Khan, many have pointed out that Mantel, as a podcaster, was brutal to Khan, even being critical of him when the promotion was at its popularity peak, and recently criticized him for the contract terms Swerve Strickland got in his recent deal. It is something when a former wrestler gets mad at a promoter who clearly can afford it for what he pays the top talent. And he was doing it after he knew the new deal was put together and was going to make the company exceedingly profitable. Wrestlers using the old school, he doesn't draw money, and not understanding that this isn't a mom and pop week-to-week business based on live event numbers, but one that in the worst case scenario year would generate $250 million next year. And most of that revenue is guaranteed ahead of time. So what the fuck has this article turned into?
Yeah.
Because it was about
Dutch
Mantel's GoFundMe, and now we have spent literally about a majority of the article now talking about AEW, the fact that
his opinion,
critical.
Oh, God forbid he criticizes it, which has nothing to do with...
By the fucking way, you know who else has criticized AEW? Definitely not to the extent of Dutch Mantel or us, or really most normal people. Dave fucking Meltzer has.
Yes.
Dave Meltzer has criticized AEW. So what the fuck are you on about?
Doesn't Bully Ray criticize AEW all the time on his podcast?
If I can interject for just a second, I think Dave sucks Tony's balls more than he criticizes the product. He'll say something.
He definitely he does. But he has criticized it in the past.
Yeah.
And Dutch Mantel, I've seen his podcast. He does not criticize Tony Khan as a person. We don't criticize Tony Khan as a person. We make jokes about Tony Khan. We make jokes about ourselves.
Yep.
Yeah.
And here's the thing.
Who fucking cares? It's the product that's the fucking problem.
And if someone's going to be critical, it's going to be Dutch, because he's been in the business for like almost.
Yeah, he's been in the business. Years. Oh, also, doesn't he? He criticized WWE.
Yes.
Too.
Yeah. He has the right to do so. The guy was a former booker. He was a former head of creative.
And he was in WWE for a long time. He was as an on-screen character.
Yeah, he was booking shit stain. He was booking with shit stain TNA back in the day. So Dutch knows what he's talking about. He's not an idiot.
Yeah, it's not like he has more booking experience than anyone in AEW right now.
Lucky, he
And-
booked Puerto
but this
Rico
is-
for fuck's sake. He
And if
booked
I'm being
Puerto
honest,
Rico.
isn't Eric Bischoff
didn't
is
he?
arguably harsher on AEW than he is? Eric Bischoff goes
Yeah.
in.
And
Yeah.
same with Jim Cornette. Those
Yep.
two are way more harsh than Dutch Mantel. But again, Dave Meltzer, this is why people think Dave Meltzer owns part of the company.
Yep.
Yeah.
This is why people are like, what the fuck? Because guess what? Dave Meltzer, because he's such a diehard for AEW, he's willing to shit on Dutch Mantel. Meanwhile, the guy who owns the fucking company is willing to give $5,000 out of his own pocket, being generous to help that person. Maybe
Even
you should
Chris
look
Jericho
at that and look at
gave money.
yourself. Exactly. You should look at that and look at yourself, Dave Meltzer, and be like, maybe I'm a fucking piece of shit. And that is why in the title it says Dave Meltzer is a POS. He is a piece of shit. And I will stand by that.
He's
This
always
is
been.
scumbaggy fucking behavior. You're kicking a man when he's down. You're basically saying, well, he's he should be really
And
grateful.
Whatever I think of Jim Cornette, the fact he ignored that he gave a lot of money. Whatever I think of Cornette.
Because it doesn't fit into Dave's narrative. Dave loves his narratives, right?
Yep.
And
Yeah.
I just want to bring something else up, all right? Dave Meltzer, have a fucking editor. This is a side note. This is an article I saw today on the Wrestling Observer. It's from yesterday. It says former Tegan Knox no longer set for December. What the fuck does that mean? Is she no longer Tegan Knox? Did she change her fucking name?
Yeah, did she change her name? Did she die? What
happened?
What do you mean?
They don't
Because
know.
I feel like if she died, the headline would be former wrestler Tegan Knox dead.
Here's the thing.
Former
with
And
team
a
in
side note would be, I guess she's not making those December indie dates then. Like,
Look,
what a fucking
this
idiot.
is what I'm gonna compare this real quick, and we're gonna talk about this. Keep continuing. Two things. Dave Meltzer writes like Mazza reads. Okay, first of all. Second of all, Dave Meltzer is the Chris Collinsworth of the wrestling world.
Oh my God.
Anytime like you see like Chris Collinsworth call a football game and talk about Patrick Mahomes, how great he is, this is what fucking Dave does. Literally, you watch a game on every
What
Sunday
an
night.
insult to Chris Collinsworth, though.
Hey, I
God
can
damn,
say it. He's from my area, and he's a fucking Patrick Mahomes dick rider. I'll fucking
But
say
to
it.
compare
Dick
him
rider.
to Dave Meltzer, God,
Yes.
even Chris Collinsworth wouldn't do this shit. I don't think
No,
there's
he
many
would.
people would do
He
this.
would.
This is
would.
unhinged scumbaggy behavior. If you have to go to the ends of the earth to defend something, maybe you're in the wrong. If you're really trying that hard, if you're grasping at straws and doing this on a story about a guy who almost died,
Yeah.
his area he lives in was affected by a massive fucking hurricane. His wife almost died, and his family's finances have been damaged almost irreparably. They have been fucking drained because of these issues. And you're like, well, he
And
didn't like the wrestling
Dutch
promotion
has-
I like.
Yeah,
Fuck
and Dutch
you.
had a
Dave
rough
Meltzer-
life too.
Dave Meltzer is a useless piece of shit.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
so
Dave,
we have
go fuck a rusty nail. Go fuck yourself. you goblin.
and we
fuck.
have a response, a clip.
Yes.
I mean, Dutch Mantel is back. He's looking better. He's back on his podcast, and we have this video of Dutch responding to what happened here with Dave. All right, and look, I'm not gonna say, I can't say what Dutch said is okay. All right, he says at one point that he wants to slap Dave Meltzer in the face. I don't think you can say that that's okay. But I can understand the thought process behind it.
Mm-hmm.
That's all I'll say. I understand the thought process. You shouldn't do it.
We'll
For reasons, legal reasons, you shouldn't do it.
Yeah.
But I understand the thought process behind it.
And you can knock me, Dave. I mean, but you're knocking my family now. And that is a no-no almost in any business. I almost died. My wife almost died. But yet, you, to make a point that you don't like me, you got to come out and you got to blast me for that. So, yes, I did say not flattering things about Tony Khan, but Meltzer, you've done a lot worse because you've had your thing going a lot longer than I have. And I was just basically doing my job. So he pisses me off. I can't quite get my thoughts together. Well, I'm still recovering from what he said. I would like to walk up on him. I can't now. I'm too old now. But I would just like to walk up on Meltzer and just slap the dog shit out of him. Really. Because some things deserve a good, hard slapping. Not a punch, but a slapping.
Yeah.
Well, here's the thing. Nobody's going to slap Dave Meltzer. Nobody should slap Dave Meltzer.
No.
But you know what is going to happen? I said this earlier. I forget who. But I was saying, I think Dave Meltzer has passed the Rubicon with wrestling fans.
Yeah.
To pull shit like this, to defend a company so vehemently that you just attack others unreasonably.
While they're
to leave
down.
out key
And not just
details.
him, and his family. Not just him.
His family, and on top of that, to constantly post fake articles. Remember, he posted that Alpha had died before Alpha had died. He posted
I
it
remember that.
while Alpha was still alive. I was going to say alive and well, but he did.
He
pass
was
on
still
a couple
alive.
of-
He was still around.
He was still alive.
Still alive.
Yeah.
He has posted multiple fucking things. The finances of AEW, which was fucking faked.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What internal memos from Warner Brothers
His
Discovery?
bullshit
which
war
were
against
also
WrestleMania 3, which he just will not let go.
Yes, there's a million fucking
Look,
things that Dave Meltzer has done wrong. I think this is the
2024
one that breaks the back.
Yeah, this is the worst thing
straw
he's
that
done
broke the
easily.
camel's back.
Yeah.
It's done. I
2024.
don't respect Dave Meltzer. I don't know anyone who actually does at this point. He's a fucking
You
joke.
can't. How can you?
2024 has not been a good year for Dave on multiple accounts.
Oh, the Vince doc. What about how he looked there?
Well, I was gonna bring that up too. The way that he was talking about how wrestling fans don't care when wrestlers die; they worry about the next guy stepping up and me, loving that character.
Wasn't he the one who called us misogynist too? Was that him?
Yeah, pretty much. But here's the thing, my thing. But going back to Dutch for a second, 3 things I want to point this out. Number 1, I don't blame him saying that he wanted to go up and slap the shit out of him. I don't blame him at all for that. 2, he's in that old school mindset. If someone would have done that to you in the if someone would have said that to you in the locker room, quote unquote, you would have gone up to that guy and bitch smacked him like he was your fucking whore and you were the pimp. First of all, he'd be like, I guarantee you, Dutch would have done the same thing what Dr. David Schultz did to freaking John Stossel. Probably even worse to his little ass. And third of all, Dutch, I'm not telling you what to do, but 2 things I would do. Either don't do it yourself, hire someone to get it done to smack the shit out of Dave.
No. I know what you're saying, but we can't. We will get this stream will get taken down. I know
in Minecraft.
In Minecraft, sure, but we can't continue.
But maybe he has a case in court. Maybe he can have a lawsuit for defamation of character or something on those lines, attacking his family. He might have a lawsuit.
I don't know if he can have a case in defamation, but the thing is, in the court of public opinion, he's won.
Yeah.
That's the thing that's important for Meltzer because that affects his business. If there's constant fake stories, there's other people out there that compete with Meltzer. It's not the fucking early 2000s anymore. All right. Yeah. You have someone like Sean Ross Sapp at Fightful. You have a ton of other up and coming publications that are all trying to do the same thing that Figure 4 Online / Wrestling Observer does. And I'm sorry, I don't see Sean Ross Sapp doing shit like this. Yeah. I don't. I don't care if he's a perfect human being.
You have wrestlers themselves do stuff. Not wrestlers, Eric Bischoff has a podcast. Bubba Ray. You don't. It's better. I'll hear the actual wrestlers.
Busted Open is better than anything fucking Dave Meltzer has done in years.
Dave
83 weeks is too.
This is what Dave needs to do. whatever money that he has, go somewhere, fuck off, go to a deserted island. If you could take Vince Russo with you too, that'd be great too. But I doubt that's gonna happen. But go to a desert island, just stay there. We don't want you. We don't need you. You're a piece of shit. Fuck you,
Yeah.
Dave. Everyone from actually has the IWC who has a fucking brain doesn't like your fucking bitch ass. You fucking mongoloid. Piece
I've
of shit.
never liked that
Fuck
fucking
you.
frog-looking goblin fucker. Go fuck yourself, Dave
He,
Meltzer.
he
Fuck
looks
you,
like a
piece of
Here he
shit.
goes, like,
he looks like a mongoloid. He looks like a fucking mongoloid. That's what he looks like.
Someone play the
The
Devo
fact,
song.
I mean, even though this is a lesser, the fact that you gave no 5 stars to Kurt Angle that's criminal. That's
well, the
straight up
5-star
criminal.
the 5-star rating is so fucked.
And what he
that would
did, yeah, he
that would
destroyed
be
the
an
5-star
hour and a half
rating.
long. That'd be
Yeah,
an
no,
hour
it's-
and a half long show in and of itself. But ladies and gentlemen, I'll let you guys have your final words on Dave Meltzer, but I think it's time for us to go home.
Yeah. Just really quick. Fuck you, Dave. Fuck you. Go under a fucking rock. No one cares. No, actually, we're at a point now. Wrestling fans do not like you. Even the fucking smarkiest people don't like you anymore. Fuck off, Dave. That's all I got.
Mr. T, any final thoughts on Dave Meltzer?
Dave can go suck a big old bag of fucking dicks. And not just any dicks. Big, black, veiny, black ones. That's what he can fucking suck on.
Now, you know what? I don't think that's a punishment. I feel like he would actually enjoy that.
He's a piece of shit. Dave, if I'm telling you right now, Dave would have said that shit to me, motherfucker would have getting beaten up in Fortnite.
In
Just saying.
Fortnite, dude, no build Fortnite, Dave
No build
Meltzer would have
Fortnite.
got these hands. Braun
Yeah,
Strowman.
Jack Taker has a podcast. It's like, yeah.
Yeah, everybody's got a fucking podcast.
Everyone's got a podcast. We
got a podcast. You
Yeah,
know
We
how
got a
bad it
fucking
is?
podcast.
There's a
This is-
million there's a million fucking podcasts about wrestling. Dave just thinks like he's like the pioneer of everything. Like it's like he's the fucking historian. When people have actually freaking like showed him up historically about stuff, and he still
he's
can't.
not a historian. There are actual fucking wrestling
It's-
historians out there. Jim Cornette often will bring them on or
Yeah.
talk about what they've done. Where
Yeah.
Jim Cornette is not the most knowledgeable person about wrestling. I don't think he would
Yeah.
even claim to be.
No, he wouldn't.
Maybe he would.
No.
Maybe he would.
I think he's.
but he
he's forgotten
brings-
more about wrestling than Dave has.
oh, definitely.
Oh,
I mean,
yeah.
but he will often bring on, like, if you want to find out, listen to Cornette's show sometime. If you find like YouTube clips about actual wrestling history, there's some good stuff in there, and
Yeah.
it's interesting stuff too. Like, I listened to his thing about like the history of wrestling up here in Canada, and like there's some interesting shit about Montreal just drawing huge fucking crowds.
Yeah.
But with that, ladies and gentlemen, I think it's time for us to go home. Trey, you got anything you want to promote?
I'm planning on seeing Red One and watching Gladiator this weekend, so expect
you're
videos
gonna,
back.
You're gonna basically break your phone again?
I'm gonna make sure. I'm gonna try to keep. I'm not gonna watch it on my phone. I'll just say that right now. Yeah.
He's going to.
Put your phone in a locked safe on the other side of the fucking room.
It's gonna be on the other side of the room. Yeah, but I'll be back making videos now. I'll be back. Yeah, that's about it.
Well, better quality and better microphone. So
Yeah, better quality now.
That's
and I'm
true.
on a.
The mic was a lot better this time. God damn. We
Well,
only
because
had
it's an actual
14
galaxy.
interruptions from the Mexicans as opposed to like 90. So
Yeah.
it is improvement, ladies and gentlemen. When in doubt, get him to smash his fucking phone. Mr. T, you got anything coming up?
I got nothing coming up right now, but I do think we should promote the Discord about tonight. For
I
the,
think we should as well. Ladies
Join
and
the
gentlemen,
PvP Discord.
ladies and gentlemen, I'm gonna grab a little invite here for you right now. It's a very exclusive club, as in anyone can join. And
we're thinking about putting a paywall. We're gonna be like side scrollers. Just to join us, you got
Yeah, $30.
$30, $30
50
a word.
50.
50. We're up because we offer more than what they're gonna offer.
Yeah.
That link right there, ladies and gentlemen. You can go in there. You can join the Discord. I will put it also over on the Rumble side as well. Yes, we are live on Rumble. Go in there. We will be in there at 8 p.m. Eastern, which is about 25 minutes from now. We're going to be watching a little bit of UFC. John Jones is back. Yeah, we watch a lot of stuff. We watch we watched the Mike Tyson fight in there yesterday. So hey, if you want to come watch that.
And we may be watching a Survivor Series here soon.
Maybe. We gotta find the time for that. Maybe
Full Gear, maybe fucking Full Gear.
Yeah.
Well, definitely Full Gear, and that's depressing.
I want to jump off a bridge off Fortnite. I don't want to watch that show.
Dude, I said this last night while the Tyson fight was. I'm like, this is Full Gear. It's gonna be worse than this fight.
It probably will be. But with that, ladies and gentlemen, make sure to click on there. Join the Discord if you haven't already. And if you are in the Discord, in 25 minutes, we'll be in there. We're going to be watching UFC 309, I believe. John Jones is back. He's roided up. He's coked up. More importantly, I'm pretty sure he's high as fuck on coke. And he's going to be fighting and probably retain his title because Dana White has some sort of weird sexual fetish with him.
Best pound for pound, best fighter of all time in the world.
Yeah, pound for pound.
Sure. Yeah, I guess when he's high on fucking coke and roided up, and everyone else is not.
And there might be a special guest tonight because they're at the Garden. They're at the Garden, New York.
They are at the Garden. There's definitely a special guest in there. He always fucking shows up. Him, Kid Rock, fucking some other retards that.
In the words of my mother, Carlson Tucker. Yeah.
Yeah, Carlson Tucker. I don't know, some guy who's like, oh, that's a right-wing celebrity. Oh, it's just it's just Big Donnie and a bunch of like celebrities who are like, I hate the left wing for talking always about politics, celebrity wise. I'm gonna do the exact same thing, but on the opposite side. But with that, ladies and gentlemen, before we talk about fucking politics any longer, let's get the fuck out of here. Bye. We're going.